to your every word. Someone who can advocate for your community. Someone who believes in equal opportunity.
Uncle Heshy, Uncle Heshy,
Vote for Flappish Girl and Uncle Heshy. They're the best candidates for you and me. Together they'll bring peace and prosperity to the whole physical Brooklyn. Just wait and see. Let's go down to all those voting booths. Every vote counts, yes, it's up to you. And vote for Flappish Girl and Uncle Heshy. The greatest district leader for you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. And we have me and my beautiful Esty. Esty, can you hear me? I don't hear you, Esty. And we have Z. Z, say hello. Okay, you got to make sure you share the mic with Esty today.
Not
Esty,
working?
Esty, say hello.
I don't know. It was working before. Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, and we have Z. Hello, welcome back to the show.
See you. Good to see you.
And of course, we have our guest tonight will be Rabbi Yehuda Levin. He's from Rabbi Yehuda Levin. He's an advocate and a member of our community, Flatbush community. Has been outspoken in many different subjects and for many years. And you're going to hear many different things. And we're going to talk to Rabbi Levin as I'm not only do I know Rabbi Levin for many years. I've worked with him. I've helped him. We've talked to each other. Help me. Right? You're going to help me. Right? Oh, I don't know what I did to the mic, Rabbi Levin.
It's okay. I got a big
conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy.
To keep them quiet.
Everybody.
The microphone magically broke.
Everybody on Rabbi Levin's WhatsApp chat is saying, "Oh my God, Heshy's going to get you. It's a setup. It's a trap." Anyways, Esty, our show is ready to begin. Before we go start with Rabbi Levin, and let's.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to get that microphone to work, but okay.
Okay, let's start. Who's paying for the show before we start with my joke and quote of the day?
Yeah, we have Soft Fusion Inc. They are a software development company that will help your business with all its soft fusion needs. No, Soft Fusion's the name. All your software solutions that you need to help your company. You can call them at 718-215-9800 for your free consultation. We also have Orchidia. They're located at 4815 12th Avenue. They have a lunch buffet every day from 12 to 3. $25 per person, including coffee and tea. They're amazing. Go check them out. We have Pescata Carne. They're an amazing meat restaurant located at 509 Avenue P. They have delicious handmade duck and gnocchi and gnocchi and hold on. And skirt steak. They have amazing, delicious dishes. Go check them out. And they also have a dairy version, Pescata New York, located at 1776 Ocean Avenue. They have Great Napoleon, Belgian waffles. Check them out. They're also amazing. And of course, we have changepain@gmail.com. If you are in pain or you need guidance and you don't know where to turn to, I would love to help you deal with any sort of emotional issues that you can't seem to work through. You can reach me at 347-687-9995, and I'll try to help you with whatever it is you're going through.
Beautiful. And we, of course, have Chamula Jewelers. They're located at 944 Kings Highway. You can call them at 718-336-1980 for private appointments. Chamula Jewelers is a family-owned business for over 40 years, specializing in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry. Or just bringing your old jewelry to redesign and freshen up for a new look. Chamula Jewelers. They've got the sparkle for you. Again, visit them at 944 Kings Highway and call them for a private appointment at 718-336-1980. And of course, we have ttstyles.com, Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842 for private appointments, 718-675-6842. She does all your wigs, makeup, and her prices are just wonderful, great. Again, you can see her website, TEETEESTYLES.com. And this next commercial is, Rabbi Levin will back me on this, is Green Line Building Solutions. We help you with your plans, your permits, your stop work orders, your vacate orders, inspections, code compliance. We show owners how to get them into compliance. We do expediting for DOT, DOB, FDNY, and DEP. We help you with settlements. We do FDNY criminal tickets, and we specialize in evictions. Am I correct, Rabbi Levin? Did we not do everything I just said on that list for you?
Absolutely. I'm here to support you and Green Line. Absolutely.
We
100%,
saved your day.
unqualified.
And of course, we have
You
China.
saved my bacon.
I saved your bacon. Remember, and I was
Kosher
there for you
bacon.
every time you
Came
wanted.
5 o'clock in the morning and you had already fed your mother. It was
Okay,
unbelievable.
I love you. And of course, we have China Glot, which you can see their website at chinaglot.com, CHINAGLATT.com. And you can make a reservation for a private table at 718-438-2576. They just got a wonderful menu across the board. Esty loves it. I love it. They're located at 44.
I also love it.
Okay.
I haven't tried it, but I love it.
You got to go, Z. You got to Z. I'll take you in there. They won't charge you.
We actually just ordered food from them last night. It was delicious.
It was delicious. They're located at 4413 13th Avenue. Everybody, before I start my show, I'm going to say my quote and joke of the day. And of course, you know, Z is not going to laugh. He's going to make a comment, and we're going to have to deal with it. My quote of the day, and Rabbi Levin, this is for you. This is specifically. My religion is very simple. My religion is about kindness. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that quote, I had a different one, because I wanted Rabbi Levin to hear that when I believe in religion, it's about kindness. And now here's my joke of the day, and I know you're not gonna laugh at it, but I don't really care. When my son Yaakov was about 5 years old, he sat fascinated while watching my wife Linda, his mother, put smooth some cold cream on her face, and he said to her, "Mommy, why are you doing that?" So my wife Linda says, "To make myself beautiful." And then she started removing the cream with a tissue from her face. Yaakov's face turned sad and said, my wife Linda asked Yaakov, "What's the problem?" Yaakov said, "Are you giving up already, Mommy?" I see Z just smiled. It wasn't funny.
Not bad.
Okay.
It's only funny because it's your wife.
Anyways, everybody, this show today, as you know, I'm running for district leader of the 48th district.
You are?
I am running, and the elections are on September the 13th.
Who's your running mate?
My running mate, I'm going to say it to him. Rabbi Levin says he's not going to be happy. I have a running mate by the name of Adina Miles. Adina says she is a wonderful girl, and I don't care what you're going to have to say, Rabbi Levin.
That's okay.
I've seen her raise 2 beautiful babies, work from morning to night, not only take care of them, work a whole day, do her Instagram, find a way to do business. She's even working tonight. She's out, the way she tells me is that she's out earning her bacon. She needs to earn dough. She's a mother who's out there giving her blood to support her family and whatever she does, and she's not doing it in a bad way. I see her. You people think that she's not wearing a wig. She is wearing a wig. I know for a fact, and I've seen them. I know that a lot of people do dress modestly. A lot of people say to me, "Well, Heshy, if you don't wear a wig, you're not Jewish. You're a bad person." And I'm going to tell you, Rabbi Levin, now, and I had a chat with you about this. My wife doesn't wear a wig. Now, my wife volunteers in the hospital, feeds people. Last week, she fed 18 people on Shabbos. Not one of them was our children because they didn't want to come.
Wow.
And the girl then afterwards stripped every bed. After putting them, I'm not only feed them, we also put them up. Fed them, cleaned the house, put it back together with me, then went with me to the jail and visited somebody.
Actually, you clone her. This is murder.
No, I'm
That
just.
is beautiful.
It's
But she
not
doesn't
that.
wear a wig.
I'm not cloning her. What I'm telling you is that I'm lucky that she took me. That's my problem.
I agree with
Why she's still with me, and I'm telling you that girl, and I make her suffer. And I make her, and she's with me from one. And you know what it is? She doesn't like going upstate to the country of 11. And you know why she comes with me? Because the 6-7 hours that we spend in the car is really the only private time we get during a whole week that we work from
6-7 hours.
Yeah, because it's
What do
3-4
you go
hours.
backwards?
By the way, everybody, our show is being filmed by Brick TV because we're trying to get a show on this public television.
Really?
Yeah,
That would be quite
we're gonna be
amazing.
famous.
I don't know
Anyways,
if you have the face for TV. Stick with radio.
We're gonna start our show, but I have a few little topics. First of all, I'm gonna scream at ST and Rabbi Lev. I have a community issue that a lot of these people think that marijuana is good. And Esty, you know, last week, 100 people got sick from marijuana. Almost died.
Don't believe you. That's crap.
Okay, and you said you're not allowed to curse. Number 2, by the way, 200 people a day die from drug overdoses. 70,000 people a year, Esty. So I just want you to know that drugs, whether you want to say it's marijuana or not,
Hold on. I didn't hear about the story. So when you say they died from marijuana, does that
They
mean
didn't die. 100 people got sick
sick how?
from this marijuana they were giving out for samples. And it's called K2.
Right. So that's synthetic laced with some
Again,
other
it's a
garbage.
marijuana.
It's
Again, it's
Yeah.
still a drug, and it's still a marijuana that they're using the name.
I'm with
I'm
you.
against drugs, and I'm
Me too.
against marijuana, especially for children. And this week, I saw two kids.
But you know that K2 is legal, so it's not even considered a drug. It's a drug that the government came up with that's actually hurting people because they're so against marijuana, which can't hurt you. They'd rather come up with a fake drug that can hurt people.
Well,
Illegal?
Well, that's the.
Yeah, you buy it in the store.
Well,
Really?
Yeah, and I have a problem with any kind of a drug, and that's a problem that especially when you're calling it marijuana or you think marijuana. I'm against all kinds of drugs. And I saw two boys this week, a 16-year-old boy and an 18-year-old boy smoking marijuana, and I went over to have a chat with them. This is our parents let. I said, your parents collect from today to tomorrow, but look at you. Look how you're eating and munching and acting like animals. Oh,
no, you did not act like animals. You did not act like animals.
I can't hear you, SD. Anyways, I believe they were acting like animals. Anyways, Rabbi Levin, I am going to have my co-host hear a little bit about you, but I want you to, we're going to ask you a little bit about your background before we start with you. But I know, Rabbi Levin, not only are you an activist and you've been to City Hall and you've spoken to a lot of politicians in the past, and my one thing that I'm going to talk to you about is you have been ranting and raving on WhatsApp. Oh, by the way, Esty, when they want to talk to Rabbi Levin, what number do they call into?
I don't know. Oh, the mic still works. Okay. They call in at 718-303-9090.
You can call into the show, ask any questions you want to Rabbi Levin, ask any questions to me or Z. Also, you can see our live YouTube show and also the repeat on it by or text me at 718-288-7844. We're also on, you can get our link on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all the WhatsApps that I
kind of just
you.
wanted to circle back to what you were saying before about how, you feel like if somebody doesn't wear a wig, that they're bad, there's this, there's that. I think that, like you said, it matters who a person is. It matters how they act towards other people. It matters what's inside. And I know plenty of people who dress all tznius and they're bad people, and people that dress all from and they're Hasidish and they bad. And I know the reverse. What's more important? Your wife is a great example.
Do you know I live in the center of Borough Park?
Yeah.
Center.
I imagine you probably get a lot of weird looks and flack over there.
She walks down the block now after 20. They kiss her. They hug her. She goes to every wedding, every bar mitzvah. Every one of them gives them gifts, helps bring food over. When this morning, a friend of mine's brother passed away, and he came home. He needed a minion.
That's more important than the reverse.
And my wife said, "You're not going to early minion today. You're going to go to this guy." And she even prepared a platter for me. I said, "No, Linda, I'm embarrassed to take it over. You do this." She says, "No, Heshy, I'm not going to make it. You're going to make sure."
Imagine if she wore a shaitel, how much better she would be.
Anyways, Rabbi Levin, I have a lot of issues. I have issues that there are schools that have special education children that are not getting money. And I know you're going to talk about the Flatbush girl, who I believe is a very good woman and a mother. I just want you to know one thing. Forget that her opponent is a non-Jewish person, or a person who has not done it. Everybody tells me she does things they've not put on your chat. I've asked, tell me one thing that this other lady Kagan has done even, or has served her community. She's not.
Who's her opponent?
Some lady by the name of Kagan. My opponent is David Schwartz. Me and him have agreed not to argue about or talk about one another, but we're only going to talk about the issues good that we do for one another. He's been in the...
Wait, when did you guys agree to that?
We after our court battle, we met one night right away, and we said, listen, it's stupid for our community.
Boring,
right, but we're gonna have to right now address what we could do good for the community. I didn't want to embarrass myself and tell things what I do, but he says, talk about yourself, Heshy. I'll talk about myself. Put out your posters and let's go to work that way. And that's what but this lady Kagan has done nothing. She has accomplished nothing. She's not Jewish. She marches in the gay parades. She advocates for she also by the way is
well, what's the makeup of your district? It's mostly Jewish.
My district is mostly Jewish, and her district is also Flatbush and the Russian community. Right. But I have a nice mixture in Borough Park, Flatbush, and Midwood. But my concerns are not only being district leader of picking in judges that are normal judges that consider the people, like a guy like North. You have people that they're putting in, like this Frank Sedio. He runs the county committee. He puts in his anti-Semite judges who just don't care, who follow not only the law, but they go out of their way to sentence and to punish us more than normal.
You have to know the community that you're dealing with.
Our Jewish politicians like Simcha Felder and the rest of them, they allow this guy because he gives them a little money, and then they raise money for him. And what they do is, because of their money problems, they let this non-Jew who forecloses on Jewish homes, he's a lawyer. He forecloses on Jewish homes. He's a drunken person who has these big fancy law firms who came after me for no reason, wouldn't let me run for office, even though I beat him at the Board of Elections. This is a guy who thinks he controls us, and we're time to clean sweep him. And when I win my election, I'm going to go in there with the county committee. He has 500, by the way, he has 500 proxies that he thinks he's going to win. The first person I'm going to challenge is him. I'm going to knock him out of the box and try to take over his spot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one more thing. I'm upset with Simcha Felder. Every year on Simchas Torah or Sukkot, he makes his big affair. Everybody thinks, oh, it's a free street affair on the street. Do you know that street affair costed $198,000 last year? I want to know where that money came from, because it didn't came from his campaign. As you know, that he also, all his $400,000 or $600,000 he raised, none of them came from regular people. They all came from big business or big lobbyists. Maybe 100 came from a regular person, and it was his campaign manager. Most of my money is coming from family, friends, and regular local people who work on the streets who know I help. So I want you to know something. I am disappointed. And Rabbi Levin, we are here today for a clean sweep.
I thought Flatbush Girl was your... you guys are running separately? You guys are on the same ticket?
I'm running on the 48th district. She's running in the 45th district. But
So
we're running together.
Who's her opponent?
So her opponent is this lady,
Right.
Kagan.
So what I wanted to say was, and again, I don't really know, what any of the issues are with her, but it's funny because we were saying that part of this, the session tonight is going to be kind of about why Jews, vote for Trump. I think you can kind of tie it together, because at the end of the day, sometimes even if a person isn't necessarily the best person for the job, sometimes the alternative could be worse, and you have to just kind of put all your cards on that table and hope for the best.
But
So
here's my
even if you have an issue with, some of the things that she does,
Flatbush Girl.
yeah, sometimes it's at least better to have somebody that's Jewish, that's from that, cares more about the community, even though you might have other slighter issues. In the bigger picture, sometimes that's more important, and that's kind of the same thing that we're going to talk about later with Trump. Look at the alternative.
And Rabbi Levin, one more thing before I let you talk. The Flatbush Girl's her title. She's a mother, but she has a title. It's like a hip name for a store, like the Gap or Pepsi Cola. She has,
and it gets you votes because she's out there, and she has popular. She has popular appeal.
Her opponent has been there for many years, has done nothing, has said nothing, has accomplished nothing, and now all of a sudden we have somebody in our community, a young lady that wants to make a change. Let me tell you about the Flatbush Girl. One more thing.
Yeah,
this girl is an inspiration to young girls. Why? There are a lot of these young children that are depressed, commit suicide, overdose on drugs. She makes them happy, dress up a little bit, be a little bit fancier, smile. She makes them happy. And I'm telling you that I walk down the street, I see boys and girls, Hasidic, religious, modern, following her, listening to her. She's not cursing on the street.
Yeah.
She's not dancing around naked. She has things to say. Maybe you don't like it, but she's trying to make people happier, teach them how to dress a little nicer, give them some fashion advice. And that's what we're supposed to do.
Social media is very big nowadays, especially in politics. Look at it. How do you think this Octavio chick got elected?
Right. So Rabbi Levin now is going to tell us a little bit about his history, okay? And he's going to tell us, and Rabbi Levin is not a young man. He's a man that's been around a long time, has met a lot of politicians. And even though I'm upset with you on Simcha Felder, by the way, he brought this gay, homosexual councilwoman. What's her name again? Christine Quinn. She brought him into Beis Yaakov. And you know what Simcha Felder said? Look up to her. Look what she's done. You don't bring her into Beis Yaakov. You don't bring her into Beis Yaakov. You want to talk about her, but he brought her into a school and said, look up to her. This is a gay woman. Now, if the Flatbush Girl wants to associate with transgender or gay people, that's a friend. I have friends that are gay. I'm not happy about it. I have friends who did drugs and got sick. I'm not happy about it. I can't stop them. I'm going to talk to them. Anyways, Rabbi Levin, I want you to tell us a little bit about you, where you live, and tell people how you love me, how I helped you.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. And I'm very happy to be here. We have a lot of ground to cover, and I hope we can be very succinct. The first thing I want to do is I want to just mention that we have another shaykhus. You're a broadcaster on 620 AM radio.
That's right.
And the biggest secret in Brooklyn is that for the last half year, I'm a broadcaster on 620 AM radio.
I know. Thursday
nights, it's an hour after Zev Brenner's Jewish program goes off. So I have a prime spot Thursday evening at 11 o'clock after an hour of Christian radio. And I want to invite people. It is absolutely the most provocative, in-your-face, hashkafically interesting program that you will ever hear. It's my style. And people who love me on the Fear Kashas, it's called Levin at 11, because we're on 11 o'clock Thursday evenings at 6:20. So when you hear the Christian program come on, don't give up. Please come back with me You'll hear our Torah, our songs, our parodies, and our comments. The other thing I want to tell you is because of what's been going on, I didn't stop, but I'm participating with a new YouTube channel that's fascinating. It's called Kratz Mich Ho Ho. And it's going to be, it's all about parodies and spoofs, funny things to lighten up the Milsa de Bedichasa. In other words, Flatbush woman, I call her Flatbush Mom, is not the only one who can do parodies and spoofs. We're going to have it on another level, and I invite people to tune in. And if you have a problem accessing it, it's a brand new site. We have some very funny things up there. The final thing, of course, is I just started 2 weeks ago with WhatsApp. And the people who want to get onto the WhatsApp group, and Heshy has spent a fair amount of time there. It's very interesting. It's fascinating. You have people from the other side, out and out people who stand for everything that I'm opposed to. I have them on. We debate for hours.
Rabbi Levin, your WhatsApp is running 24/7. Doesn't stop beeping.
Oh, Shabbos.
Really?
They put pornography on the Shabbos.
Not this week. I'm not happy about it.
We're going to shut it off with the administrators.
Good.
But anyhow, I just started, and already it's what we would call, excuse my French, in Kronheits, we would call it a real butt kicker.
But Rabbi Levin, two things. I want you to talk a little bit about your past. First of all, I want you to say, I'm running.
I want to talk about Heshy. I want to talk about Heshy. Things might get a little bit down and frustrating, but no matter what, no matter how much philosophically I may disagree with Heshy on the whole gamut of issues, I'm absolutely supporting him very strongly, and I hope and pray that he does upset the apple cart of politics, and he does get into the district leader. He is given a chance to prove the things that he's saying, what he's capable of doing. He doesn't realize that I blasted Simcha Felder and Christine Quinn for many weeks on the fair catches, and Simcha, when I confronted him, he kissed me and he said, "You keep us honest, you're 100% right in what you're doing." But let's leave that aside. Let me talk a little about Heshy. I want to tell you 3 reasons why I'm supporting him. And despite the fact that some people say it's wicked if you don't have a wig, I don't say that at all, and we'll get into that. That's a misnomer. You're not wicked if you don't have a wig. You can be a tzedekis. You're not fulfilling that halacha. But I'm not the posik about that, and we'll get to it. Here's the deal. 3 things about Heshy that overweigh all the garbage, all the lashon hara, all the chutzpah, all the shtusim. And I don't do this lightly. Number 1, the guy has a heart of gold. He's a super bal chesed, and he spends tremendous amount of times helping people in hospitals and all kinds of things. Chesed.
Thank you very much.
No, and I'm saying it, and I'm not trying to be patronizing. It's true. And we can all learn from him in chesed. The second thing is, Hitaka came to my house. I had certain problems with the mice with things, and he helped out tremendously. And not only did he help out, but he came down at 5 o'clock in the morning, which I never saw what the world looked like at 5 o'clock. I was 60 plus years old, and I didn't realize what the world looked like. The only reason I realized is because of Heshy. I said, "This is what it looks like." He said, "Finster." He had already taken care of his mother, feeding his mother. I was unbelievable. It's jaw dropping, and it says that there were certain people who were mechayev everybody in the kibbut aim. And Kibbur of Aim, and Heshy is somebody who's in that madriga, somebody who does that, as such a chusim, he deserves that we should overlook other things because of that. And then there's a third thing. There's a Talmud Chacham Muflik from the Tzaddikim of Borough Park. Nobody knows about him. He sits and learns his entire life. He's in his 60s. He's holy of holies, as is his family. His daughter was sitting outside of a school for several months, and Heshy Tishla, without making any tumult, without making anything, no publicity or anything, he succeeded where everyone else couldn't, and he got the child into a fantastic girls' school. And for that alone, I have to genuflect at his altar, if it's halachic mutter, and I absolutely support him. And I'm sure that even if he plots with some of the things he's going to say tonight, it doesn't matter.
By the way,
the good guy overcomes it.
She just graduated. 4 years we put her in. And we just graduated together. Anyways, Rabbi Levin, so now
let me tell you, I ran against Solaz in 1984. I wrested away the Republican line when I'm a Democrat. Ed Rollins, running the Reagan campaign, called up the local Republicans and said, "Give the line to Levin." After I ran against Solaz, I want to tell you what happened. I ran against them on the same things I'm talking about on the Flatbush Mama.
You see, that's my problem with Rabbi Levin. You have picked the young girl, the Flatbush girl.
Young girl, you're out of your mind.
You see, he's making fun of her.
I'm not making fun of her.
It's okay, but my
sweetness, this guy, her father's a tzaddik, Ellie Miles. I didn't know. I didn't even know. Until Thursday night, I didn't even know who she was.
Rabbi Levin, this young lady who's running for office, which you have no knowledge about her except for the Instagram. You have no knowledge about her opponent. You knock her, but you don't knock the opponent. Not even one. You've done no research about it. You're going against the gay community that, again, I don't have no idea that if you're against the gay people, you're snacking her that she's hanging out with a transgender. This young gentleman or lady, whatever she is a friend of hers. She wants to be her friend.
Okay.
She cannot be a friend, and if she's a friend of a transgender woman, she's a bad person. She's a bad, terrible person. And I've
loving everybody no matter what. That's part of being a Jew, is loving everybody unconditionally.
And by the way,
we're not God. We're not meant to judge.
And by the way, Roman, I'm going to let you finish. Rabbi Levin has been so vicious on his chats about the Flatbush girl, and this is in the month of
I haven't heard one. What specifically is the issue?
He makes.
I'd love to hear. We have you here. I want to hear.
Go ahead. Tell us about.
I only met her once in my life, and she seemed like a very nice, sweet person.
Intelligent, smart.
Totally different than what she portrays on social media. People are. I for one was shocked because she has this whole act on social media. She's funny and ditzy and blah blah blah. But in real life, I think she's very intelligent, and I think she actually has a good heart, and she knows what she's doing for the community.
But she interviewed Rabbi Levin, and I guess nobody liked Rabbi Levin. What is your issue?
What are the issues?
Well, thank you very much. And if you won't interrupt me for a minute and just
go ahead,
let me say this.
Sure.
First thing I want to say is like this: I had no idea that she's Ellie Miles' daughter. I had no idea at all.
Forget about that.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Hold on.
Okay, we got to do this nice and civil just to get the message out, and then we can attack me. I'll make the bracha al hashchita, and I'll stand up on the pedestal, and you'll do what you have to do. I've been hanging around. They've been hanging me for 40 years, and thank you very much. Look, here's the deal. She's fine. She's sweet. She's good. She takes after her parents. They're delightful people. Okay. I just read that she has a GPA of 4. She's brilliant. She's a comic genius.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
No, okay. Now, here's the deal. So what's the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is like this. You know what the Marines say? We need a good few people. The Marines are not for everybody. The Green Beret, if you remember the Ballad of the Green Beret in 1967, 100 men will test today, but only 3 were the Green Beret. When we want, in an ultra-densely populated community, the 7th or 8th largest Orthodox community outside of Bnei Brak and Yerushalayim, we want a woman to be a leader. And she says clearly she's using this as a stepping stone. She's allowed to go high in office.
But she's not ready for the big leagues.
I feel respectfully, she's not ready for the big leagues. And I'll tell you why. Right now, we have a significant problem in terms of morality, and the youth are confused and they don't know how to make lines and distinctions. We have a wonderful, sweet young lady who's teaching me, a rabbi, and I sit at her feet in awe. She's telling me that Judaism is not judgmental. Judaism says, chastise, you must chastise. The Beis Hamikdash was destroyed in part because the rabbis kept quiet. You got to do your thing, Flatbush woman.
No, the rabbis allowed this man to be embarrassed.
I thought it was Sinas Chinam that got rid of Beis Hamikdash.
The rabbis allowed.
So yelling at someone's is Sinas Chinam.
And you're embarrassing her, Rabbi.
You're judging me. You're judging me. How are you judging me?
I'm not judging you. I'm accepting you unconditionally.
I'm not allowed to judge, but you're allowed to just let's make a deal.
No, I'm not putting you in the bad category.
And I'll judge her.
But Rabbi Levin.
No, nobody should judge anyone.
Everybody understood exactly what I said.
You can judge people, but don't say that it's God talking, because God doesn't judge.
My God gave me an instruction booklet. If you don't know how to read it,
you can translate it any way you like.
I can translate it.
And you know how you know if it's
you're much more
Sahara?
intelligent than me. Esther, you translate.
Not intelligent.
Tell me. You're knowledgeable, you're intelligent. You speak about. Tell me, what does hochiach techiach mean to you? What does it mean? Because I can translate it any way. I could say it means to buy sushi. Please do me a favor. If you want to talk to me, you've got to be on an intellectual level.
Okay, let me tell you this. Anything the Torah says that spews hate, anything in the Torah that spews hate is not the Yetzer Tov. Because if you judge someone, like you know Like you have a right to judge. God has a right to judge.
No,
we don't have a right.
judge anybody. What we do is you do actions, and we understand when you hop and skip around an Orthodox Jewish neighborhood. I'm here today and take many pictures with a transgender who is doing a tremendous avera.
Avera, how?
You don't know what avera is? You see, you're respectfully. I want to talk nicely, but you're total Torah ignoramus.
Wow!
Wow!
This is the thing. I don't know what. First of all, I was raised Orthodox. Okay, so maybe I don't know. I'm not learning Gemara.
No, so
like
if you're not, listen, if I don't know nuclear physics and I'm going to sit down with somebody and start plopping about it and taking up valuable airtime saying shtusim, so respectfully, I'm not going to
I know when I hear God. Do you know how I know when people walk in the light of God?
If you hear voices, you need a psychologist. Talk to God. So if you can hear God, why can't I hear God?
Because you can only hear God when your heart's full of love. Any judgment is not God.
So stand up.
No, everybody can hear God when you show love. If you're spewing any sort of judgment or hate, that's not God. That's human judgment.
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Do we judge if somebody is an adulterer, just hypothetically? Do you judge that person?
No, it's not my place to judge. It's God's place.
Okay, so that's a big difference.
Oh, so it is my place to judge?
Do
I want to be judged?
The Torah tells you what to think about homosexuality, what to think about adultery, what to think about transgender.
If I do it, not if others do it, I have to judge myself. I'm not judging anybody else.
Again, if he had a couch here and I had the time, I would give you the therapy. I think we've gone back and forth. We can get to the next point because everybody understands what I'm saying. I'm saying we have a credo called the Ten Commandments.
You're saying that showing love to a Jew is ever negative. Like, that makes no sense. Any love you show to a Jew is positive.
I'm not. I want to help you.
No, I don't help you.
I want to help myself. She is not transgender. She is not gay.
She's just showing love to a Jew that's in pain.
And Rabbi Levin, I have a question for you. Your Senator Felder, who stops the whole Senate, allows gay marriages, civil rights gay marriages. You have city councilmen that could have stopped the gay marriage law, but assemblymen, again, none of them stopped it. And now you're screaming about a young person who's running for office that hangs out with a transgender dude that's having an issue, and maybe she's just trying to help her, and you're upset that, and a lot of these politicians marched in the gay pride parade, not because that they wanted to support the gays, that they wanted the gay vote or the gay money. So not only are they hypocrites, they're worse than hypocrites, and you don't knock them. But you're knocking a Flatbush girl, and you're calling her lesbian or gay or whatever.
I call lesbian gay. First of all, let's go slow. Let me just say like this. Who remembers the Mordechai ben David song? Oh, Hallelujah, Hashem, Simura. God loves Jews and he hates evil. The Shulchan Aruch says, the first simon, that if a person is doing something that's contrary to the Torah and they've been warned, listen to this.
Who warned them? She has to be warned by two people.
No, it's not Adam Ziskat. Listen, listen to me.
I think she has to be warned a few times.
Listen to me. David HaMelech says it, and the Chavetz Chaim, who is Makim Lashon Hara, quotes it. It's in the very beginning of the Shulchan Aruch. He says like this. Tachlis sinesi. I hate the person, the evildoer, the person who's doing evil with the tachlis of hate. Now, I'm not getting into hate. I promise you. Listen,
but
please.
She's not doing anything.
I don't hate her.
But she's not doing it.
Listen to what
the way you talk on the
respectfully, I say, like this Zeke understood. He rose to the level of understanding me. I said very clearly, she's not ready for prime time.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
But this is not prime time.
Erev Shabbos, she's not ready for any position.
But why?
I'll tell you why. Because she says on a YouTube video that says, "Hey Ma, I'm on TV." Like, hey guys, I'm on Heshy Tisha. I made it.
And what's the problem?
So he's saying that this is too important of a district to have a person that's not
more than that.
Really
Stop. I go to weddings. I dance. I play music. I make fun of myself. Bill Clinton, who ran for president, played music, made fun of himself. You're supposed to be a happy person. A politician's supposed to make people happy.
Respectfully, it's not just making fun. Here's what she did. She went on the program. You can see it. It's up there. And she says, I'm like turning over things in the Orthodox community. I'm turning over. So they ask her, who's the black anchor lady, stuck out in my head, a liberal. She said, it was so exciting. She says, who are you appealing to? She's appealing to all ladies, but she says, in particular, I'm appealing to girls in elementary school. She says, what are you telling them? She says, that their teachers, these are her words, their teachers teach, and she goes like this, the ceiling is this high, they can go this high. And I teach them they can go way, way higher.
Wow, that's great. Break the ceiling.
So
these young girls should break the ceiling.
Depends for what.
It says Shiva Devarim Begonim. If you only hear the thing and you just jump in with some cliche, respectfully, what does she mean? Right. So now we go to
you now know what she means.
No, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I judge her by her notes. It's judging. She sends out a note, Erev Shabbos. I could show it to you. It's on the Instagram. And she says, we must dialogue with the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queers, and the off the derech people. Now, on my WhatsApp, I'm dialoguing. You know when I'm dialoguing? I'm 63 years old. I put in 40 years of understanding the sugya, and I got letters from Gedolei Yisrael when I was her age at 30 that say I'm a shlucha d'Rabbanan b'chol asa v'asa. I'm an emissary from the biggest Gedolim, Rabbi Vigdimil Akashav Rab Debetzin Rav. Then now I come a half a lifetime later, twice her age, and I start to dialogue with Chaim Levin or with Levavos Jewish queer youth, and I show how they're wrong, and it's respectful. There's no screaming. You can come on, and and the people are educated. What she's doing is she's telling every teeny booper, every person who doesn't have seichel, nice, but they don't have the Torah knowledge, to go out. She's encouraging to start having dialogue.
No. So Rabbi Levin, I want to respond.
Okay, so maybe
number one, I've been part of the community for 40 years. I've dealt with Rebbes like the Tosha Rebbe. I even spoke to the Satmar Rebbe, not Bubba. I said hello to him a couple times. I've dealt with a lot of Hasidic organizations and schools that have issues. They come to me privately, persons, organizations that need money to raise money. I've spoken to Reb Chaim Kamenetsky. No, but I've spoken to a lot of these guys that have issues. Like you, I've served my community for 40 years. Now, these people, by the way, I read in one of your chats that all gay people should be killed. I swear that's what I read.
But you read it from a quote from me?
No, they're saying that's what Michigan is saying.
That's how it goes.
So do you know I have pornography? You want to know something, Moedic? I'm serious. The last 2 days, the nut jobs have gone away. Go look. It's not Shrayadik now. In other words, they said that I'm into Ashicist. They said I'm homosexual. They pornography. And they got tired of it already. And now we're really dialoguing on a sophisticated level. Really,
so I just want to respond to you. The point is this young woman, a lot of these young girls who are in elementary school are bashful. They're scared to come out. They're bullied. So what she does is gives them hope, gives them inspiration, gives them meaning. Sometimes these young girls, Rabbi Levin, which you don't know about because I deal with young kids. And again, I tell everybody I have a new young kid staying by me, 15 years old. They are thrown on the street. They are depressed. They run around. They do drugs. She's trying to give them a self-esteem. Say, listen, you can do better. You can raise the bar. You can break the glass ceiling. You can get jobs. You can make money. You can support your family. You don't have to be poor. Look at this girl. She makes a great living, supports her family, and is not on welfare and food stamps and Medicaid. She's pushing it hard. You don't like that she's friends with the gay community, but all these other hypocrite politicians that are playing the game with the gay community
don't make a right.
But Rabbi Levin, you should be going after. You are a man with a voice.
I fight them all.
And not only should you support the Flatbush girl, wait, you should teach her maybe what you think. But district leader is a place where she can come in, give some advice, learn from all of you to see with her following, with her power to lead our community better. Having her opponent who's a guy who does nothing for us, putting them back in power because you don't like the Flatbush girl is not helping our community.
It's not a question.
And I bet you Miss Kagan wouldn't even take your phone call.
I wouldn't even call her.
All right. So at least the Flatbush girl, at least, and by the way, you didn't go after drug rehab for kids that are in trouble, kids that are on the street.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, but Rabbi Levin has so many issues now in this campaign that he can ask us to do, and he hasn't done. And that's my problem with Rabbi Levin.
Here's what I think. Okay, again, I barely really know you. I barely really know her. I don't really know what she stands for. I don't really know what you stand for. I will tell you, though, that she could probably reach a different sort of demographic and audience and relate to the audience in that group more than you can.
Absolutely.
So instead of trying to fight her, it's possible that maybe you should try to work with her and actually use the fact that she can get these people to listen, and you can probably get your message across in a way that she probably never could, or that you never could without her help, and vice versa. And you guys together can use your knowledge about certain issues and the way that you deal with it in a way that you probably can communicate to her audience. And together you guys could probably make a bigger difference. And instead of screaming and fighting about it, you could probably help each other out and appeal to each other's different sensibilities.
And by the way, Rabbi Levin, I've spoken to a lot of the rabbis, and I'm talking serious rabbis. the people from in yeshivas, Rosh Yeshivas. I'm not talking maybe the higher ups like you, Chaim Levin, but I'm even friendly with Baron Kotler. And he says a lot of these young kids that have issues with drugs or gay, you should guide them. You should give them.
They'll look to her more than they'll look at because it's a different generation.
Right.
They'll see her videos, they'll like her, and then she'll start saying things that you might agree with, and then they might be more prone to listening as opposed to just telling them that they're bad, yelling.
Right. Instead of calling a Flatbush mama or making yourself an Indian voice and saying, "Oh my God, this girl from Brooklyn is so terrible. I'm from India. That all Jews should look at the Indian people, how crazy she is." You are making fun of ours, and you just for your knowledge, Rabbi Levin, and I know you know this. This is the 40 days that we go from Rosh Chodesh Elul all the way to the end of the holidays, Hoshana Rabbah, and this is the days that the 40 years that the Jews were in the desert. So we're representing of our suffering and struggle as we travel the Midbar in the desert where God is teaching us and judging us, and we're making fun of a woman that actually cares about our community, wants to run, wants to make a change, and people are saying this Kagan is Jewish, not Jewish. I'm telling you she's not Jewish, but even she is Jewish. I'm telling you she's not. I was told she's not. But by the ways, again, in 2 years, the last 2 years, you haven't heard from her. 2 years before that, you haven't heard from her. Now, all of a sudden, that we have somebody running against her, now everybody's jumping the gun. This young Flatbush girl, what I've seen, Rabbi Levin, and you should go actually see what she does. Forget that she
use it to your benefit. She could connect with a different audience in a way that
she could connect to the firm community that you want. When this Kagan girl, what's her first name again? Marguerite Kagan does not even walk into the Jewish neighborhood. Doesn't even come to Flatbush to talk to our people.
Come up for air and let me say this respectfully. First of all, I want to tell people, because there are tens of thousands of people who are joining the Heshy SHow program at any different time. I want them to know that my name is your humble servant Yehuda Levin. I've been absorbing brickbats, and I'm a pincushion for the tzibur already for 40 years. And if people feel good calling me names or arguing with me, it makes my day. I want to invite people to come on to 11 at 11 Thursday evenings on 620 AM radio after a Christian program, so they can hear what I have to say. And hopefully I'm going to have Heshy on at some point before the election even. Now, wait.
I want to ask you a question also. The gay community, homosexuality, in your person, I want your opinion. Homosexuality, and I'm not talking just men, women as well, lesbians. They should be what? What's their deal? Are they going to heaven? Do they have a chance? Are they going to hell? Are they going to die? Do we kill them? Should they be punished?
But also, there's no such thing as hell. That's been disproved already.
There's no such thing as hell. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just.
Thank you. Wait 1 second. That's the second Torah lesson of the night.
Yeah,
I sit at the feet. And you're very good with, seriously, you're very good with Flatbush woman. I'll tell you why. Flatbush mama. I'll tell you why.
See, look again. He made fun of her. We're on the show. We're trying to tell you the problem. Dina Miles of Flatbush girl.
It's very simple. Is that the Torah and liberalism don't really go hand in hand, and I. They don't. They really don't. It's very hard to have it both. You cannot. You cannot have it both ways.
We can solve this thing tonight. I have an idea. I'm serious. I'm not kidding around. Everyone who agrees with Miss Rebbetzin Esther's interpretation of the Torah, there's no hell, we're not judgmental. It's all
going to go out and steal right now. Going to go kill people.
Please, I beg you, vote for Flatbush Girl. How do you like that? I said it.
Oh, said the name.
I said it. However, all the people who understand that we need a mature woman who stops branding and playing games, who doesn't go around with ultra tight clothing, because sneers is not about covering up. Let me finish. You're jumping me. Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
To talk over me. People watch because of their outfits.
Wait a second. Yeah. Go to the Instagram site if you have a heter, and it's called. This is the picture. It's a skin tight leotard, tan colored thing, and it's leotard type, clinging, and it's called under the title Midnight Hack. And a man comes and sends her a message. A few minavolim says, I like your body parts and I want to squeeze this and this part of your body. This is not a role model for my grandchildren. When I pay tuition for my granddaughter, I don't want this young lady, I don't want her saying, I'm going to teach your kids what levels. She's not holding there yet. She's father. So my dear with Esther is respectfully, if she was running in the Upper West Side, you know what? This is not the Upper West Side. This is my Haredi community. I have the right to advocate. Now, what am I doing? I'm doing something like she does. She uses parody. She uses humor. She uses different things to make social commentary. I'm a little older than her. I'm from a different generation.
You also make commentary.
And I do.
Yeah, you're from the older generation that was so pro, like beating people down to make them better, as opposed to showing them love.
Listen, respectfully, you go ahead. I had like this. Jeff Leb marched in the gay parade with a rainbow yarmulke. He came onto my program, asked him. I debated with him. We had an hour and a half conversation off the air, dialogue, and we're getting someplace. Lvovitz started Jewish queer youth. Ask Lvovitz how he feels about him. He's on there every day for hours. Chaim Levin shut down gay conversion therapy in New Jersey. He spent on last night until 5 o'clock in the morning.
You're going again.
I know what I'm doing.
You're going again off the thing. Again,
so here's the deal.
But again, it's like it's like remember, Evan. Again, these people are gay. These people have.
I'm not talking about the people now. You can't be all over the map. She should not be telling us as a district leader, as a politician, how we should relate. How we adults, and certainly not children,
but
she's saying that she is open to all types of people, and she's not there to judge them. She's there to support them and make sure that their rights aren't violated.
I want to then go on another subject. Rabbi Levin lives in Flatbush, and his councilman is Chaim Deutsch. Chaim Deutsch came out with a new thing now. He's spending money, a new policy, and what is his policy? He's going to take the beach, a public beach, and split it for men and women. Now he wants to have a few hundred religious women to go naked on the beach. When people are going to walk around, wait, they're going to go to the beach. So you're not going to the beach except you're going in underwear and bathing suits, Rabbi Levin. Rabbi Levin, right? Flatbush, Chaim Deutsch, you're great. You're not talking into the mic. And you're
Flatbush, naked.
I don't think you're allowed to say that word, by the way.
And why don't you not Chaim Deutsch for this stupid thing, opening the beach to women, and people can go to the ocean and watch them and take pictures of them? He's opening, telling
I don't know. Have you seen most of these for women? I don't think people are going to the beach.
But the point is, Rabbi Levin has nothing to say about that, but he picks one woman that has a commercial in a leotard.
All I can say is life is such a beach. Chaim, why are you doing this so that we have to wait? Oh, it's just gefährlich, and I condemn it, and this is reckless. Do you know how many times I beat up Chaim Deutsch on voting pro-gay? Ask Chaim Deutsch, and he comes over to me and he's characteristic me because I mean I'm an equal opportunity.
I don't understand. We are not pro-gay if you're Jewish, but if you're not Jewish, you can be gay. Are we supposed to stop non-Jewish people from being gay?
No, calm down. Let's calm down. We're not talking about the state of being. We're talking about how we should relate to them in what
we should be friendly, courteous, and treat them like they're human beings who deserve respect.
Not according to Rabbi Levin.
We have a problem. Heshy Tishla has a problem with what you say. I'll explain to you why. In the morning, Heshy Tishla says davening together with millions of Yidden. And he says Yehurotzen right after Birchas HaShachar that says we should stay away from Chavara, Shachara, Pegara. When somebody's an adulterer, we're not their friends. We don't respect them. And when somebody says you respect me, yes.
Really? What about?
And really, for their bedroom misbehavior, we don't accept anybody. Respect them, whether they're.
Wait, a Jew not accepting that makes sense in any way?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm supposed to not accept people. I'm supposed to reject people.
What if somebody murdered somebody? You're supposed to be friends with them?
I'm supposed to accept them and not judge them. I'm going to still put them in prison and protect people, but I'm not going to judge them.
Miss Esther. Let's say hypothetically, Miss Esther. Hypothetically, sweet Esther, you have a sister. Esther, you have a sister, and she's married. Chas v'shalom, that this happens, and her husband goes, and he's having an affair with somebody else. I want to see how polite.
That's not even against the Torah. What? You're allowed to have more than one wife according to the Torah. Like, so I don't know what you mean by that.
Will you accept that this person is cuckolding your sister? Will you accept him to be non-judgmental?
I will accept that he is a human being with flaws like everybody else. What do you mean? Okay, I am not the creator. How can I have the right to judge any human being? If I judge others, that means I'm letting others judge me. And I don't want anybody to judge me, so I'm not going to judge others.
Okay. We're going to need to take a 2-minute break.
Let me say 1 second, and then just 1 second.
Okay,
here's the deal I want to make with you. I'm serious. We can make this deal and solve this whole problem tonight. I'm serious.
Go for it.
Anybody who holds like Esther, and I understand it's a legitimate point of view. I'll call it the Upper West Side point of view. It's more liberal, it's more progressive, it's more open. Listen, I respect it. Anybody who feels like that should vote for Flatbush, what I call Mama, she calls girl. But wait, let me just get the end of the sentence. I want to say here tonight, in the names of my Rebbeim, I want to issue a promise. It's before Rosh Hashanah. I want to promise everybody who stands up for Kedusha, the covered, the tznius of Klal Yisrael, that we deserve a better role model. I want to promise you, even if it's a question, it's not the question of the lesser of two evils, like Heshy says. It's a question that we have to show Hashem. We have standards and values. And if that lowlife, if Kagan is a lowlife in the Rishas, I want it to be, wait a second, even if she is, I don't want it to be somebody who's officially religious and comes out of the room of our community and says to kids that you should dialogue with them. She dance around and she's breaking down our values. I answered you. Kagan is not religious.
Rocks at them.
Straw men, red herrings, straw men. I'm not saying throw rocks. Don't vote for her, and I promise you the kids will be more Kedushadik because you showed God it doesn't cost you any money, you're not losing anything. Stand up for his values, L'man Hashem, in this passive way. Do not vote for this anti-Kedusha person.
So now I want
the answer is like this.
He's
not religious.
No, but that's
not religious. She doesn't represent us.
Sure she does.
No.
She doesn't represent nothing, Rabbi Levin. That's my point. You see, Rabbi Levin has lost his thing. He's such a hater of the religious community.
If anybody finds my thing, please return it right now. Call up Chaim Deutsch and return my thing.
Right, but Rabbi
what
Levin,
thing are you talking about?
Rabbi Levin, I believe you're such a hater of the Jews because you're willing to take a religious woman who wants to support her community. You just don't like the way she goes about it. Because I know rabbis who take money from people and use their charity money for themselves. But you don't say anything about that. Here's a girl that supports her community, helps her community, but you're saying, you know what, screw her because you don't like her. You don't let me finish, Rabbi Levin.
I don't screw anybody.
You're telling me that since she doesn't follow your exact Torah way, her Chumrah way, her extremist way, go vote for a person who's bad. It's like the Nazis.
Actually, you're hurting your chances. You're hurting your chances.
I'm not hurting my
chances. You're running in Borough Park. Right. They don't consider this extreme.
You know where I live, Rabbi Levin? I live in a community that has upgraded their homes, that have upgraded their lives, that have learned a way how to deal with the 21st century, how to learn how to use standards of kosher. Right. And Rabbi Levin, you've picked something so petty, and then you said, since you don't like the one or two things that she does, vote for the Nazis, vote for the bad people. Wait, let me finish. Because this woman, this Kagan, Margarita Kagan, I believe hates the religious community. You see, you can play your violin, Rabbi Levin, but what I'm upset about you is that you are not supporting the Jewish community. You're not.
I don't swear. I love you very much.
I love you very much. But he says, don't vote for her.
I say vote for Gishla 1,000%.
I love you.
We deserve better.
Let's take a phone call. We need to take a phone call.
Take a break. He's got to make a lot of money.
No break. Take some phone calls, Rabbi Levin. Push some buttons, Esty.
Break Levin. Let's do it.
We can't have one episode without talking about Trump. Hello. I'm not here for it.
No, it's all right.
Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't live in the Brooklyn community, but I'm listening to this conversation. And I hate to say this, but I happen to agree with Rabbi Levin.
Oh my goodness! Wait! I need a hot doctor. Oh, it's the ticker. The ticker.
So you agree with Rabbi Levin?
Where do you live?
So let me just tell you why I agree with Rabbi Levin. It's not because I think that he is right, but I think what he's trying to express is if she represents a religious community, then she needs to walk the walk and talk the talk if she's representing the religious community. And if she wasn't a religious person, then she could dress any way she wants. But it's a prayer Hashem for a religious woman to present herself as religious, but then act a different way or dress a different way.
Okay, cool. I got your call. We're going to take another call. Thank you. First of all, she is representing issues, not only the religious community. She's representing issues of how we're going to elect judges, how we're going to take care of the religious community, where the money is coming from, what we're doing on the thing. This is the things that we're talking about. You're telling me that you don't like the way she dresses, you don't like the friends that she has. That is not a reason not to vote for her. You're also busy.
These values.
Yeah.
She's going to pick judges who are liberal progressive. She says herself.
Rabbi Levin, do you like Trump or don't like Trump?
Mixed bag is much better than anybody else around.
So he's got this man who cheats on his wife.
Yeah, he acts brash and loud and has no midos and like you're him. You support.
Can I answer you?
Okay.
It's very simple. Listen to me. If Flatbush Mama wasn't a religious Jew, I couldn't care less if she's representing me and you.
This is my point.
But when she's not doing it right, and she's doing it against us with all her might, she leaves me with tears. I gotta fight.
I hear both sides completely because you guys aren't even arguing about the same issue. You guys are arguing about two separate issues, and it's a matter of who's right and who's wrong.
Take another call.
Whose issue is more important? I don't know.
Okay,
but I hear what he's saying.
Okay, take another call.
Check out my WhatsApp.
I hear you.
Check out my WhatsApp.
Hello, caller. You're on the phone. You're on the air with Heshy and Rabbi Levin.
Hello, Yaakov from Williamsburg. Yes, I want to point out that in the beginning of Baba Basra it says that Kaniva, that flattery is the classic example is if somebody's doing something wrong and you say it's okay. And this is then it says also that anyone who does Kaniva will ultimately be ruled over by the person who is Mechanif. That's what I wanted to say.
Rabbi Levin, what
in other words, she's saying, let's calm be. He's saying like this, that Rabbeinu Yonah says, when a woman dresses inappropriately, listen, and it's eye candy for a man, and we say every day in Shema, we are visual people, men. We got to watch our eyes. It's one of the hardest things.
Look down, like I do.
So listen.
I do also,
right,
but
people are asking me, how do we get onto your WhatsApp chat, by the way? You keep on saying,
yeah, I'm going to tell you. Listen to what Rabbi Yonah says. The man is going to go to Gehenna for doing the wrong thing. He's transgressing. But the woman who caused him to transgress, saying don't look, and I'm going to go strut my stuff and not be a kol kavod bas malach panima is not an answer. So he's saying if you're flattering people who are basically, they are ahalachic, we're not going to call them rishoyim. They're adulterers, they're gays, they're transgender, they're outside the halachic parameters. And you're showing friendship to them, to young people who don't know any better. This is not, we have to draw lines.
I know why. Why don't we make them feel so bad so they kill themselves? That's so great. No, we're supposed to accept people unconditionally because today's generation is not like the base of Mikdash. We are better. We are not as strong as we used to be.
I want to take two more calls before. Rabbi Levin, I have a question for you. Half the women in Borough Park, Flatbush, and Midwood dress, and I'm showing you shuls, dress very provocative. They dress with these shaitels that
they're not our leaders. You're right. It's terrible. When I speak out against
it. What are you talking about? They're mothers, they're teachers.
But they're not leaders. They're not representing us. They're not becoming role models.
They are. Role models are teachers, principals, rebbes, teachers who are, they're all dressing, and they are leaders. Maybe they're not.
I don't know who's sending out letters to everybody before she's running for political office. I'm progressive and I'm liberal socially, and if you don't like me, you're going to get something worse. So I'm not going to compromise my standards. But I'm the big 30-year-old, but you, the 50s, the 60s, the bubbies, the 80s, who are concerned with the holiness and condition of our kids. We have to compromise just to make her feel good.
I have an idea.
I can't make her feel good. I'm sorry. Price is too high.
Rabbi Levin, let's close down all these women clothing stores that charge $500,000 for these dresses, and let everybody like in Iraq or Iran dress in the sacks and the what's it called? Burqas. We're making everybody dress the same way because that's the only way to do it.
Heshy, you're making a legitimate point. Listen, that we have problems. No, that we have problems with a lot of things in Sneers and with morality and ultra progressiveness. But we don't have to vote for it. If you want your kids to be pure,
why don't we break
vote against it. We don't have to break windows.
Let's take another call, Esty. We only have another 4 minutes. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hi.
Yeah. Yep. We got you.
Yeah, this is Mark Meyer Appel. How are you, Rabbi Levin?
Oh, this guy, holy Mark, the Big Apple. I've been waiting for you all life, my holy brother.
Ahead, Mark, tell us.
Wait. Before you kill me, let me make a blessing before you kill me. Kill me, Mark. I'll go.
Wait, Rabbi Levin, stop. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Okay, Rabbi Levin, I'm still waiting for an answer from Saturday night.
From the Fear Kasha.
I asked you a question.
What?
Just a few minutes ago, you said on the air that the reason why you object to Mama Girl, like you call her,
right, Mama
is because people call in and they see her.
This question is, how can I look?
One second, let me finish the question.
Yeah.
The question that I asked on WhatsApp is, why you go on WhatsApp and you use language which are very graphic and are very pornographic matter. Why do you use those kind of words?
Esther,
Okay, Mark. Thank you, Mark. He wants to hear you answer. You got
Are you a social worker or something? Because you were advertising something like
Esther,
that.
yeah, Esther helps people.
Yes, I help with people who are being like damaged by the rest of the world.
Mark is implying that I speak improper things. I describe to people what the gay lifestyle is about, and therefore he says I'm pornographic, and maybe I need counseling. So I want to hereby announce I am throwing myself at the mercy of a natural ally of Flatbush women. If Esther will take me on and try to cure me of my porn addiction, so that Mark will be happy, and I won't take responsibility. But Rabbi, I'm sorry, 1111. That's how you get in touch with me. Rabbi 11 at gmail.com, and you can get the invitation to the WhatsApp and turn on my radio at Thursday night, 6:20 a.m.
One more call. We got 1 more minute. Let's go. Caller, you got a quick question.
You're on the air with Uncle Heshy SDZ and Rabbi
11.
Yeah, 11. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, let's take the last caller. Hang up on this one. Take the next one, Esther. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy SDZ and Rabbi 11.
Okay, Rabbi 11, whatever you think you're going to do, it went out the window with being Muslim.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to Yesh Chilul Hashem, Ein Cholkin Kavod L'Rav. Thank you for paskening. Because the Chilul Hashem, you don't have to honor somebody.
And
most of our listeners are not.
Never did with the things you're doing. And
there's a woman in the front seat. Please cover her udders. That's what Rabbi Miller said. That Moshe said you have to show that he says you have to.
Rabbi 11, the show's over. The show's over. Thank you, caller. I want to thank everybody for listening. We're going to have Rabbi 11 on again. We're good to go. Come back next week, 9 o'clock to the Just Enough Heshy Show.
Vote for Kedusha.
Vote for Heshy. Say it.
Heshy's on top of everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Down with Trump, up with Heshy.
The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of AM 620 WSNR or its management.
This is AM 620 WSNR.
Всю мебель от 20 до 50%, а на коллекцию мебели